hope they're okay. Oh! You're awake! Thank goodness. Don't worry. You're in the hospital. I brought you here so they could check your leg. It was a very deep cut, and I wanted to make sure that you were okay. You passed out on the way here, so I wanted to make sure I got you here as quick as possible. How long have you been here? Not that long. Only about 3 hours or so. Yeah, of course I was worried. I mean, when he didn't go straight for me, like I thought he would, I didn't know what to think. I was terrified. Yes, of course pros get terrified. We just hide it. But I didn't know what to do. All I could think of was to bring you here, to make sure that he couldn't get to you. Yes. I am just glad that you're safe. Huh? Oh, the scratches. Well, that's, well, after I brought you here, I went back to the agency. Yeah, I did end up fighting him a little. I couldn't just leave him there. Not only was someone gonna find him, he probably would have come looking for us. And I couldn't leave him there, especially since he hurt you like that. Huh? Of course! I am frustrated. Frustrated that I couldn't prevent you from getting hurt. That I failed you. I'm just like I was back then. Like I was back in middle school. Just like a quirkless... Nothing. You didn't hear that. It was nothing. Seriously, it's nothing. You don't need to worry about it, okay? Hey, I'm serious. Don't lie. I'm not. It's really nothing. They're not going to let up. There's nothing I can do. I've taken them through this much. I should at least be courteous enough to let them know. I know that All Might said not to tell too many people, especially not someone that you don't trust, but I do trust them. I trust them a lot, and that's why I have the feeling that they need to know. Okay, fine. You win. I'll tell you. But you have to promise me. Promise me that you won't tell anyone else about this, okay? It's a secret. Yes, I hide it from the media all the time. Only me and a couple of other people know, okay? And you're gonna be one of those few people. Okay, you promise, right? Alright. I'm telling you this because I trust you, okay? Okay. Well, it's true. Back in middle school, I was quirkless. When I turned 5 years old, and I still didn't have a quirk, I was taken to the doctor. After several examinations, I was told that I would never develop one. I was bullied a lot, because of it, and I never really had a normal childhood. I was bullied for being quirkless, and Kachan was one of the worst. He would always end up exploding me at different points. One time I tried to defend a defenseless kid, and they came after me, Kachan and his friends. It was scary, but I don't regret saving that kid. Yeah, it was pretty stressful, but I didn't let it stop me. I kept pushing forward, dreaming that one day I still had a chance to become a hero, even though I was quirkless. Yeah, a lot of people thought it was strange, thought that I couldn't do it, or that it was impossible. Kachan said it was a stupid dream. He even told me one time that the easiest way would be for me to kill myself, and then hope that I had a quirk in my next life. I didn't do it, of course, otherwise I wouldn't be here. Yeah, a lot of people thought it was that way, but then one day, something amazing happened. I was on my way home from school one day, and then this giant sludge villain tried to take over my body. It was really scary. It felt like I was being suffocated alive. I honestly thought I was gonna die right there. But then, you know who came and saved me? All Might, the #1 pro hero at that time, came and saved me. Afterwards, I asked him if it was possible to become a hero without a quirk. A lot of things happened after that, and he ended up telling me it wasn't possible, and that I should think of a more realistic dream. Yeah, I know. Not something that you think that All Might, the #1 hero of that time, would say to someone. Especially not to a kid. It came as quite a shock to me, and I started to doubt myself. Then, that sludge villain ended up escaping All Might's grasp because of me, and Kachan ended up getting caught up in it. So, I tried to do the thing that I thought was right, and rush in to try to save Kachan's life. Why was I trying to save my bully? Because Kachan and I weren't always bullies. We were friends before we found out that I was quirkless. I was reprimanded, of course, for rushing in. But then All Might met me afterwards, and then told me that I had the beginnings of a story that most heroes had when they were little. And he told me that I could become a hero. He then offered me something that changed my life forever. He offered to give me a quirk. Yes, I know it sounds crazy, even something like out of a comic book, but it's true. The quirk that he had, and the one that I have currently, is a quirk that is passed down from generation to generation. The name of the quirk is One for All. One person hands off the quirk to the next person, and it gets stronger and stronger as it's passed along. I'm the 9th generation, the 9th user of One for All. All Might was willing to give this power to a quirkless middle schooler like me. And this moment changed my life forever. I trained to make sure that my body was suited to hold the quirk, I took the entrance exam to UA High School, and I continued to train my quirk there. I've had a lot of experiences with One for All that were more shocking than others. But it's only thanks to people like my friends and All Might and my mom that I was able to hone this power to the way it is. Unfortunately, that meant that All Might lost the power of One for All as I got stronger. And the fight with All for One, it completely depleted it, and he doesn't have it anymore now. Yeah, All Might has been officially retired for some time now, but it still kind of hurts, you know? Knowing that looked up to is no longer there. I know that this happens with time and age, but All Might was my idol, and he still continued to train me even though he wasn't a pro hero anymore. And yeah, I was very sad when it happened, especially when he relayed a message to me that a lot of people didn't understand. Now it's your turn. For a lot of people it meant, well, he was talking to future villains, but no, he was telling it to me, telling me that he no longer had One for All, and that it was my turn to take up the position as the user of One for All. Yes, I know that not a lot of people got that message, but it was still very important to me, and it's been influencing me ever since. So, through all of the incidents that happened after that, I continued to get stronger. And One for All has a lot of abilities tied to it. Even abilities from previous users' quirks. It would take a long time to explain that part, so maybe I'll save that for another time. But it's an amazing ability that I'm lucky to have received. Yes, One for All is an extremely powerful quirk, especially since it's been growing for 9 generations. And eventually I'll have to pass off One for All onto another person. Yeah. It's been quite a journey, and I have enjoyed every second of it. I wouldn't trade anything in the world. Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess I've kind of went on this story for quite a while now. You're welcome. Honestly, I'm glad that I told you. I really trust you, you know? Especially since you've been so kind and caring, and I doubt that you would do anything to harm anyone. I know that this has been difficult throughout this entire time that you and I have met each other, but you seem to be pulling through very strong. You're doing a lot better than some pro heroes or sidekicks ever make it. Oh, speaking of sidekicks, do you still want to try? I mean, it's okay if that attack made you change your mind. Good. I mean, I'm glad that you still stick by your decision. What? I'm not being nervous or anything. I'm just... No, Okay. I kinda got a little excited the last time when you said you wanted to become my sidekick. I don't know. I've never had one before, and I just hope that I can be a good teacher. Yeah, right. So about that, we have to get you certified. I already set up an appointment for later this week, if you want to do it then. I think it's at Monday. Just let me check. Yeah, Monday at 7 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, that was the earliest they could get you in. Yeah, we'll have to get you a temporary costume for the time being. But we could pick that out tomorrow after they discharge you. Yeah, of course I can help you. I mean, I may not be the best, but I'll do what I can. Yes, definitely. Of course I mean it. I think that we're gonna be a really great team. And now that you know the secret of One for All, and that you're willing to keep that secret, I think our teamwork is gonna become even better. Yeah. And I'd like to get to know a little bit more about you as well. I haven't really asked a whole lot about you, because I haven't wanted to dug into your personal life that much. But if you want, you could tell me stories about you too. And I can tell you other stories as well. Yes, I would enjoy that a lot. Oh, it looks like visiting hours are over. They said they're gonna keep you in the hospital overnight just to make sure that you're okay. I'll come in the morning to pick you up to make sure that everything's all good, and then we can work on getting your temporary costume together, and maybe even start thinking up ideas for your final costume. Don't worry, I have a feeling that you're gonna be the one that passes with flying colors. Right then, I'd better get going before they kick me out. I'll see you tomorrow then.